So what is alternative investment management, right? You ever heard of things like hedge funds and things of that nature, right? Maybe family offices and whatnot. Now, granted, this is usually for people that have tens of millions of dollars to invest, but could you even be doing it yourself, even if you don't have tens of millions of dollars, and maybe even do it better than they do? That's what we'll dive into this video right now. All right, so you're wondering, what is this alternative investment management, right? Because you've probably heard of normal financial money management that's out there. You got your financial advisors and your certified financial planners and people like that out there trying to tell you, hey, just throw your money in the stock market. It should work, right? And then you're kind of wondering, yeah, but is that it? Is that all? And by the way, I know lots and lots of people, literally there's hundreds of millions of people that do this, and yet they can't retire, at least not well. So why would I do this? Is there another alternative I could be doing that maybe will give me a better return? So you're going on YouTube, you're doing Google searches, you're doing all these other kind of things, right? And you're trying to figure out, where is this? Like, what are the other alternatives that maybe rich people know about that I don't? Because poor people, normal middle class people, they're just sold the same crappy advice of 401ks, IRAs, Roth IRAs, annuities, which by the way, I've never seen anybody lately love their annuities. But everybody's putting their money in these things and saying, yeah, but am I getting the answer? Well, I'll tell you this, there are better answers than that out there. Now, if you do have a lot of money, like tens of millions of dollars, there are things like hedge funds. Hedge funds can invest in other things. They're like mutual funds, but they also invest in things like real estate. They can invest in things like private equity, like businesses, where you actually they're actually investing in real businesses. Understand that when you have a mutual fund or even own a stock, you're not investing in that business. Understand that. Your tiny little percentage of share in Apple doesn't mean you can go to Tim Cook and say, hey, I don't like the new iPhone. Can you make some changes? Tim Cook don't give a crap. I don't care how much money you got to invest with Apple. He doesn't know your name and doesn't care to know your name, okay? He doesn't care because you have so little invested, it does nothing. But when these family offices or other hedge funds come in with their hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, their ears perk up a little bit more. The cool thing is it could be in private companies, even companies that aren't traded on the stock market that you don't have access to. You could be investing in those companies with those funds. So they get that much more freedom to choose where they put their money. They can actually potentially make higher returns. Is that foolproof? No. Hedge funds are not foolproof. It doesn't mean you'll make more than even the stock market or other mutual funds, but it is a kind of a cool option. But again, it gets back to the issue that usually the hedge funds are coming from family offices. What are family offices? They're like financial advisors on steroids. They're financial advisors. They got usually they're in-house accountants. They got attorneys. They got everything there in one place. But the only issue is you got to have at least maybe 10, 20, $30 million investable assets, 50 million. Some of them even require 100 million or more for them even to give you the time of day. So yeah, if you got lots of money, you could throw it all with them and they just manage everything for you. And that's fine and all. But again, they're managing other people's money too. They may or may not be picking good stuff. So that kind of comes back to what can you do? Because I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you probably don't have $50 million lying around, right? You're probably wondering what you could be doing. What alternatives do you have? The good news is this, there are alternatives outside of the stock market. There are alternatives outside of even trying to be part of a family office and have enough wealth for them to finally give you the time of day. You could be doing other things, such as things that I've done. This is actually what got me to be able to retire when I was 28, almost 29 years old. Even after I lost it in the Great Recession, I had to build back up again from over $1 million of debt to pay all that off and become financially independent the second time, earning over $10,000 a month. Once again, by doing that by 2016, I used alternative investments. Things that were, again, not offered by financial advisors. They'll never recommend it because, one, they don't know anything about it, or two, they don't get paid to tell you about it, so they don't want you to go in. They want you to do the traditional crap that their financial companies tell them to do. Because believe it or not, financial advisors do not work for you. They work for the financial institutions that hire them and pay them the money to then bring you in as a client. So things I did, like in real estate, it wasn't just rentals, although you could be doing rentals. But I'll tell you from my own experience, a rental property, bad idea. Because I'm a crappy property manager. I'm the kind of person that will listen to every sob story a renter will give me and say, yeah, you don't have to pay me this month. Just get me again next month. And then you go on like 4 or 5 months and you wonder, okay, I hate this person, but I don't want to create conflict, So I'm the kind of person, believe it or not, even though I tend to be kind of bold on camera, I'm the kind of person I really don't like to be mean, okay? So I don't like to have conflict. So I'm much better if I have a property manager that takes care of the property for me. And the cool thing is when you have a good property manager, you can have a property manager anywhere in the country. So where I live in the western half of the US, rental properties kind of suck. They're really not that good when it comes to cash flow. But if I look out east, the Midwest or the Southeast, I have much better options out there. If I have a property management contact out there, they can manage my properties. They deal with the tenants, the toilets, and the trash, and I get to collect the checks. I love that. There's also other things you can do. You can be a lender of your money. I can lend out my money to other real estate investors, and they'll pay me anywhere from 10, 11, 12%. Some will pay less, some will pay even more. I can lend out that money and then as collateral ask to say, that property is mine if you don't pay me. This is great. This is just like what banks do to us. Like when we go get a mortgage with the bank, they go on title with us. And if we don't pay them their monthly payments, guess what? They take the property away from us, right? You can do the same thing by investing in real estate investors. You could have a claim on that property. They have to pay you back, and they want to pay you back because they know they'll make more money if they do. So that's one way you can actually go and lend your money and get paid returns on it. I can go invest in things like apartment buildings, self-storage units. I can go invest in things like car wash businesses. I can go invest in oil and gas and things like that. If gas prices go up, I make more money. That's a good thing. If I have to pay more at the pump, I might as well make more on my money too, right? I can go and do things with raw land and investing that way. There's private equity deals you could be doing. There's things with industrial spaces like Amazon type of warehouses and things like that. There are so many options out there that when you start to look at the whole world, you realize, wow, I don't even need the stock market. And that's the truth. Now it doesn't mean that I might not throw a little bit of money in the stock market here or there, or in Bitcoin here or there. Bitcoin would also be another alternative. Don't recommend it as much, but hey, when you have those little price crashes, when it happens in those kind of markets, could be a great time to buy in and make some quick money. But overall, I can do way more in things like real estate where I don't have to worry about the ups and downs as much. I can have my money really have something backing it up versus, Elon Musk tweets something and I lose 3% in the market that day, right? I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of different options out there. The thing is, how do you get into those options? We got other videos on this channel. Check out this Money Ripples channel and subscribe today.